Hi everyone, this is Dr. Pat. Whenever I'm counseling wife and husbands who have issues within their relationships, I'm always amazed at the simple things, the little things that we call molehills that they have allowed to become mountains, because the unforgiveness, the situations keep on piling up and up and up. And because of the unforgiveness, it becomes huge mountains and they can't seem to move past them. But when you listen to what the issues are, they're not difficult issues, They are not things that are so detrimental to the situation that you cannot forgive. A lot of times it's simple things like, oh, you should know me well enough to know that I don't like when you do this. I don't like when you wake me up. I don't like when you disturb my sleep. I don't like when you set things a certain way. I don't like when you look at me a certain way. I don't like when you talk to me a certain way. I don't like how you speak to your stepchild. I don't like how, and there are just so many I don't like how, in quote, that we make bother us so much that they become this incessant issue that disturbs the relationship. And then now we become suspicious of each other. We don't like each other anymore. We love each other, but we just don't like each other. I'm convinced that many wives and husbands have never read James 2 verses 12 to 13. It says, so whatever you say or whatever you do, remember that you will be judged by the law that sets you free. There will be no mercy for those who have not shown mercy to others. But if you have been merciful, then God will be merciful when he judges you. As I said before, the issues are so simple, yet still they become so big in our eyes. And what happens now is that we begin to watch each other. What is this one saying? What is that one doing? And the other person reacts according to what the other one does. The forgiveness seems to be based on what the other person does. If the other person seeks forgiveness, if the other person is sorry. Now, within Christendom, we understand that forgiveness has nothing to do with whether or not the other person is sorry. It has to do with how you think about the situation. No one is perfect. We all have issues. We all have differences. There are just so many things that are different among us. In fact, people who decide to get married, most of the time they don't know much about each other. They have just met, and if they have been going around for a couple months, that is not enough time. As a matter of fact, a whole lifetime is not enough time for anyone to get to know each other well enough. So you keep on discovering things about each other as you live together, as your relationship gets closer. And you will find things that you don't like. You will see things that you would have preferred if it wasn't there. But such is life. In fact, the other person will be thinking about the same thing as you are. What on earth can someone do to you who you're in a relationship with that it is so difficult for you to move past? It is so hard for you to forgive and to forget. God does it for us every day. For some of us, every waking moment, he has to do that for us. Yet still, the one who we're one with, it is a difficult task. Why do we make each other's life so miserable? Why is it that simple things, we make them into these huge mountains? And so it prevents us from enjoying each other. It prevents us from enjoying life together. It prevents us from becoming all that God has called us to be, because our minds are taken up with all these issues. We can't move further. We can't move past them. Our relationship cannot grow. So instead of it growing, our relationship is getting weaker. And so you end up getting separated. You end up getting divorced. And here what the problem is now. You get divorced. You meet someone else. You get into another relationship. And the same thing happens. Why? You are not perfect and they are not perfect. I will remind couples that Jesus didn't say that God granted divorce because people were incompatible. He said that divorce was granted by God as much as it hurt his heart because of the hardness of man's heart. I want you to think about that. It is the hardness of our heart, our inability and our unwillingness to forgive each other that causes all of these issues that we have. Yet still, we would like others to forgive us. We would like others to move past all the things that we have done to hurt them. It works on both sides. Think about it. Food for thought. We'll talk again soon.